Today would be a perfect day to start work on this Camry. However, there's a ton of picking going on in the next few days. So what we're gonna do is take a baby step here today and see what we're dealing with in terms of this W axle nut. All right, it is, oh, that's good. It's 6 point. I thought it was gonna be 12. I don't know how many millimeters that is. I don't know if I even have a socket for it, or if I do have one, if it's anywhere I can get at it right now. But the very least we could do is spritz the thing. Oh, I hate it when PB Blaster drips onto my driveway. All right, let me go and see if I can figure out what size nut this is, and if we can get this nut loose today, we'll call it a good day. All right, here's my collection of axle sockets. 35 millimeter. Whoa, not even close. 36 millimeter. Won't even fit in the hub. All right, what's this one? 30 millimeter? Oh, that couldn't be more perfect. All right, let's put it on the Ugga Dugga gun. Let's see if we can get any Ugga Dugga-ing done. Let's put it on full beans. Make sure it's on reverse. Oh. I was really stressed out about that part of it, but now let's see if the axle's loose or if it's frozen in the hub. Oh, it's perfect. All right, we'll get back on this in a couple of days, and until then, let's enjoy some trash picking. It's a couple days later. I got the caliper most of the way off. I don't know if we're gonna replace these calipers today, but we're definitely gonna do the axle, the wheel bearing, and pads and rotors. Maybe we'll save the calipers for another day. This caliper and this rotor are having a love affair. You two should get a room. So firmly intertwined. All right, get off there, you. This rotor doesn't look that bad, but when I'm hitting the brakes, it's like bap, 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 pulsing like crazy. Look at these lug nut remnants on the threads of my hub. Luckily, I got a box of new lug nuts and a new hub. So we got to get this hub out, and I guess it's pressed in. So we need to get the slide hammer out and start whacking away at that thing. Actually, before we do that, let's see if we can pop that axle out and make sure that this wheel bearing is indeed bad, because it doesn't feel horrible, but I think with the axle out of the way, it might be able to spin freely, and then we can hear if the bearings are awful, because I don't want to pull it out if it's the other wheel bearing that's causing me problems. In case you're wondering, I tied the caliper up with some Romex, so hopefully that won't fall down. Now we gotta get this strut unboltified, and hopefully that'll give us enough clearance to get this axle out. Get out. Wow, that nut doesn't want to come out. Come here, you. Want to do this other one in real time? Real time nut busting. Perfect. Let's see if we can do this two-handed operation, one-handed. God forbid I should actually get out a tripod and, you know, do things the right way. Wow. I've been running this axle like this for about a year, so I guess I got my money's worth out of that axle. All right, I might need 2 hands to do this, so my apologies. You guys comfy down there on the ground? Wow, this thing does not want to come out. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Ugh. Wow. I feel like there's plenty of room to get it out. And I'm right. All right, let's see what we got in here. An unholy mess, I guess. All right, we just unbolted the strut. Now let's rebolt it. And that way there, we can start whacking away at this wheel bearing. Now, why do we want to whack away at this wheel bearing? Because, listen. It's not supposed to make that noise. That's bad. Very bad. Surprised it lasted this long, though. All right. Now we're gonna attach this slide hammer, which it's not working one-handed. Hold on. All right, we've encountered problem number 1, which is that the clearance in the slide hammer is not quite enough to fit a socket in there to zip it on. So I'm probably gonna have to tighten those by hand somehow. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I can get a thinner wall socket in there. Let's see, that's a 19 right there. I don't know. Oh, these are 21s. We don't even have a 21 and a thinner wall socket. All right, I guess we're on our own. We're gonna have to use an adjustable wrench or something. I got this slide hammer out of the garbage, and it's a lightweight one, so I don't know, here goes nothing. Is that working at all? I don't know, probably not. I'll keep hammering away at it though. It's gonna take a while. This is like death by 1,000 paper cuts, but I think it's coming out. But tomorrow I'm gonna try and get a bigger one of these slide hammers just to have for the future. All right, I'm gonna try and get the dramatic finale here, because I think this thing's gonna come off. Oh, it's so close! Come on, you! You can do it! All right, I need to take a little break. All right, it just needs one more whack. And I know that because it just popped out and I put it back in, but let's do a recreation. That was spectacular. Now we've gotten to the hardest part of this repair so far, which is getting this one last lug nut off of this slide hammer. Doesn't want to come off. Ah. All right, there we go, it's turning. May those 3 lug nuts rest in peace. But we got our hub out. So now let's try to press the rest of the bearing out. I also want to acknowledge that I'm not exactly flying blind here, because I've watched excellent videos on this subject by 1A Auto and Hardly Moving Productions, and probably a few other people too, whose names I forget. So I want to thank all those creators for making this really, really easy for me so far. All right, first, this is a dirty mess in here, so let's try to get some of this dust and junk out of here. Ah, that ain't working. I do not have an air hose, but I have a broom. Maybe that'll help us. Yeah, it's awkward, but it's working. Can you guys experience the awkwardness in the awkward cam right here? But it's getting the job done. This is how a real man does it. stand up, get in there real good. This is all the dirt that we brushed out of there so far. What a mess. I gotta make sure to fill up this garbage can by tonight, because otherwise I'm paying like 12 bucks to get rid of nothing. All right, the next PPA, potential pain in the ass, is this clip. See, like this little ridge right here? That's actually a clip that has to be unclipped, and that thing is rusty and crusty. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get that out, but those other videos I watched gave me some tips. So I'm going to try to do it without removing the ball joint or the tie rod end, because why complicate things even further? All right, I got my oil pan under the thing so I can hose this down with PB Blaster. I only got about 1/3 of it on the driveway, so that's good. Now the next thing everyone says you should do is take a punch and do like a little tappa around the clip, just to get the clip kind of freed up. So let's see if we can figure out how to capture this on film, because we're at an awkward angle right now. All right, so I guess you just do a little, you know, you don't get gnarly with it. Little tap, 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 tap. You know, just try to, here, I'll use the other hand so you can maybe see better. Little tap, tap on the clip itself, so that hopefully you can dislodge the clip, because it's held in there with years, if not decades, of rust and grime and whatnot. All right, I don't feel like I'm having much luck with this clip, but maybe if I clean it out, we can see it better at the very least. Yeah, that thing's kind of stuck in there. We might have to heat it. I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that. I guess we're also supposed to remove this dust shield somehow without damaging it. Did you guys get that? It doesn't look like I messed it up though. All right, we'll call that a win. All right, the deal here, if you can see it, is there's two little ears on the clip, right here and right here. And I gotta hook those ears on my clip removal tool and see what happens. I think one of the ears is loose. I don't know about the other one, but we're gonna give it a try. I may end up regretting this, but I can't see what the hell I'm doing, so I'm gonna take this ball joint off and get out, nut. Wow, these nuts like to stick in my socket. Come here, you. Come on. You're not special, Mr. Nut. Actually, that is kind of a special looking nut. Look, it's got like a shoulder on it and everything. All right, I'm sorry, Mr. Nut, you are special. Why didn't I do that an hour ago? Anyway, I gotta hook onto these little two barbs, or whatever you call them, and squeeze this thing out of there. And I don't know that that's gonna work, because that thing looks like it's really frozen. So I'm gonna do some more tapping off camera and hedge my bets. I had my doubts about this tool because it's kind of cheaply made, but not only does it squeeze the snap ring, it locks it in place. So now we can stick a screwdriver behind it and kind of pry it out of there. And there you go. One snap ring. There's your C-clip, lady, or spring clip, whatever this thing's called. Now, all that's left to do is to press this bearing out of here. And we have another toolkit that we bought in order to do that. I don't really remember what direction it gets pressed out though. Does it go that way? Or does it come out this way? I don't know, I'll have to figure that out. All right, here's your new bearing. So you got the 1, 2, 3, 4 1, 2, 3, 4. So this outer lip right here is the very outer lip of the bearing. And I would assume, since you have a clip, it must be pressed in this way, because that's why the clip is on this side. If it's pressed in that way, why would the clip be on that side? All right, we'll figure it out. All right, I feel like this bearing race is confusing me. So let's see if we can pop that out. Maybe make more sense of the whole assembly here. Wow. Come here, you. Don't fight it. Don't fight it. Ugh. All right, so it looks like this lip right here might be part of the bearing, or might be part of the knuckle. Sorry, looks like I wasn't aimed correctly. Oh, that's new. So I don't know if we're supposed to be pressing on this piece or on this piece. But I guess we'll err on the side of caution at first. Nope, just answered my own question. This piece is just part of the old bearing, I guess. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, this doesn't fit in here, so I think it comes in from the other side and bottoms out against here. So we have to push in there and push it out that way. All right, let's do that. All right, what we have here is the Astro 78825 master front wheel drive bearing adapter kit that I bought on Amazon. I'm not gonna put a link in the description because, I don't know, I make like 20 bucks a year on Amazon. It's kind of a waste of time. But if you want a link, go to Hardly Moving Productions, find his video about this same repair. I think he's got a link. You know, give him the $5. He deserves it. All right, the way this kit works is you take one of these sleeves and you put it on the back of the knuckle. Notice, like, this sleeve would be too big. This sleeve would be too small. You put it on the back of the knuckle, get the right size sleeve. And then you're gonna put one of these adapters in there. And then you're gonna push the bearing through into this sleeve. So we'll swap it around and show you the other side. Now this is where I'm not entirely sure what to do, because all right, that's a little too big. I don't know if I want to be pressing against this curved race here. If I do that, if it's gonna maybe cause a problem, or if I want to try pressing against this centerpiece, which could potentially just pop out of the bearing. So I think we're gonna start by pushing against the curved race. All right, according to the instructions, this is how it all goes. So we are removing the bearing from the rear of the knuckle. So let's get it all set up like that. In order to give us a fighting chance and to make sure that my gloves and my GoPro lens are never clean again, I have lubed the hell out of the bolt, the washers, and the big nut. Now let's get it all put together. I tell you what, this is some sticky grease. This is Skill Super Duty lubricant that I found in a toolbox. So run what you brung, because I don't know where my little tub of axle grease is. But I'd probably skip the Skill Super Duty lubricant because it is sticky. I don't know what size that nut is, but here's all the sockets I have that might fit it. That one don't fit it. How about this one? Nope. Nope. Not even close. 32 millimeter? How about a 31? All right, I guess we're using the 32 millimeter. That's not an impact socket, and it's a 12 point, so I'm not ecstatic about it, but It's what we got. I'm also not really happy about using an adjustable wrench on the other side, but again, that's what we got to work with, so I guess that's what we're gonna use. I'll have to go to Hobo Freight, as JC Smith calls it, Harbor Freight tomorrow, and maybe get some bigger sockets, but until then, let's give this thing a whirl. You can see my arm, I guess. All right, I've only got the impact on setting number 2, so let's turn it up to number 3. See what happens. Full beans. Wow, that's torque. Looks like it's doing something. So the problem we're having is that can't really get the adjustable wrench to hold on, so I guess we're gonna have to spin the bolt instead of the nut. And I don't think they want us to do that, but what choice do we have at this point? All right, good news. I went down to my toolbox in the basement and look what I got. 32 mil Craftsman. So let's see how it works for us. It's coming out. It's coming out. Slowly but surely, it's coming out. So here's an unforeseen problem. As the bolt poked out of that nut, the nut, or the bolt, poked in here, and it seems to have screwed up the retaining clip on this impact, because this socket won't come off now. So I'm gonna have to dick around with that a little bit. So I'm not really sure how you're probably supposed to use a deep socket on that, I guess, but I don't have one. All right, I guess for this last little bit, we're just gonna run the bolt in from this side. Can you guys see that at all? And there's your bearing. Wow, that was impressive. I am impressed by this tool. I'm impressed by whoever designed this tool. All right, this probably didn't help us, which is that the bearing is about the same size as this sleeve, but that other sleeve wouldn't have done the job either, so we're gonna have to tap that out of there. I don't know, can we do that on camera? Does it even matter? Now I'm trying to get the bearing out of this sleeve. So I got it propped up on the edge of an old brake rotor, and I'm using an impact socket to kind of try and hammer it through, but it's not easy. I don't even know if it's working really. I'll keep whacking away at it, see what happens. I don't know if I can use the tool to press something out of this sleeve, or if that's even gonna work. I guess it's kind of coming out. I'll get it out of there. All right, I'm not gonna lie, even with the tools at our disposal, this job is no joke. So let's see if we can get the bearing pressed in, and then we still have to do the axle and the pads and rotors. My goodness, look at that axle. Can you believe I've been driving it like that for about a year now? All right, I've taken a moment to clean out the inside of this knuckle, especially the groove where the clip fits in. And now we're gonna try to find the right adapter plate for this pig. That's not the right one. That's the right one, right there. It's been like an hour since I recorded the last clip and I forget where I left off, but you want this thing to press against the outer edge, not the inner edge. So this thing's gotta fit in the middle. And I don't think that's the right fit. So we might have to go to this one. Yeah, see, it fits flush. This thing fits in there, and we are good to go. So this one goes in the bearing. Now we need one to go on here, and I think it's going to be the same one we used on the disassembly. Maybe that'll work. Maybe this one. I guess it don't really matter that much. So let me get this rig all assembled and we'll go from there. I don't know if it's gonna make any difference, but I'm gonna smear a little grease inside the knuckle here. I mean, I guess we'll take any advantage we can get, right? But I suppose I should use anti-seize just in case we ever have to do this again, but it wasn't seized in there. It's not rusty or anything. I mean, the outside is rusty, but where the bearing was, it wasn't rusty. All right, I guess the crucial part here is making sure that the bearing is centered so it doesn't go in all crooked. But it looks like we got this thing locked up, ready to go. So we're gonna give it some torque, see what happens. All right, here goes nothing. I guess it's better to do this in a vise or something. I don't have one of those set up right now. All right, we're at the bottom of the socket. So let's switch to the big adjustable. And I think that's gonna do it. The one thing that's slightly concerning to me is that this bearing might be directional and I might have put it in backwards, but I'm not gonna press it back out now. I guess the final test is whether or not this clip will go in. But maybe we're supposed to install the hub first and then the clip. All right, I guess this is how it's supposed to go. You got your bolt, your washer, your plate, your hub, your plate, your washer, your nut. So let's see how it goes. All right, our little bolt is coming out already. Really need a 32mm deep socket for this. In fact, if you're gonna do this job, I would recommend you have two on hand. See, I've only done the job once myself and I'm already making recommendations. And I guess, there's your hub, lady. All right, it feels like the hub's wiggling a little bit, so I don't think it's pressed all the way into the bearing. So I'm gonna press it some more, and this time I'm gonna put the bearing collar right up against this part. And if this doesn't work out, stay tuned for my next video, which is how to buy a loaded knuckle on eBay and install it. I think that's got it though. All right, I think this is how you want it, nice and tight and no play whatsoever. Now let's see if we can get that clip in, that snap ring. We got a new snap ring, but I think I'm gonna use the old snap ring and save the new one for another day. All right, I got the spring clip like halfway in. These spring clip pliers are good, but the little tabs on the clip are kind of effed in the A. So I'm probably gonna just have to tap this thing down with the hammer and punch until it gets to the slot and hope it pops in there. Otherwise, I might have to use this one, but I'd like to kind of use this one because sometimes maybe the kit wouldn't include this one, so you got to figure out how to make do with what you got instead of. Does that make any sense? Like, if the kit hadn't come with this clip, I would have to use this clip, so I want to make sure I know how to use this clip just in case I ever do this job again and the kit doesn't come with this clip. I think that makes sense. All right, I used the hammer and punch to drive the clip in. I don't think it's all the way seated though, so I'm going to use the hammer and punch to try to spin it around a little bit to make sure it seats. If you watched really carefully, if I even caught it in the shot, as I rotated it, it kind of seated over there. And man, there's a lot of rust and debris in here, so you might want to clean this out better than I did before you do yours. All right, I guess that about wraps it up for the wheel bearing, and to be honest, I would say that this is it's not the end of the world, this job, but it's been kind of tough. We ran into a bunch of little complications. So I'm glad I know how to do it. Next time I'll probably just buy a loaded knuckle and be done with it. But now let's get on to the axle and hope that that comes out a little more easily. All right, on most cars, it'd be a simple matter of just popping the axle out of the transcription. But this one has like this carrier bearing right here. So we're gonna have to undo this bolt, which looks like a little 12 mil. This is one of the times when it's good that I have an oil leak on, you know, a lot of oil leaks, because that bolt looks like it'll come out pretty easily. Let's see. All right, so it's a 14 millimeter bolt. That's actually reassuring. 14 millimeter is stronger than 12. Apparently we're in the middle of a solar eclipse right now, but the show must go on. So let's see what we can do about getting this bolt out of here. My God, that's tight as... Oh. All right. I don't think it broke. I think it just came loose. All right, there's your bolt, lady. Now, how the hell do we get this axle out of here? I guess we just pry on it, right? It's kind of awkward doing this. Oh, wow. Is this thing gonna come out or what? Oh, good Lord. Oh, did it start coming out? Or did it just spin? It's hard to tell. No, I think it's coming out. Ah! Bastard. It's hard to like hold this camera and do this at the same time, but I will stop complaining and get it done. All right. Pry bar cam. 1, 2, square to 3. Oh, come on, the axle's just turning. Let's get it on that little lip. All right, good thing we're putting a new axle in because that lip just kind of broke. All right, I got a pry bar against the back of the axle, and I'm gonna whack on the other end of the pry bar with a hammer. See what happens here. Whole lot of nothing. Wow, this is so confounding. All right, where's my hammer? You gotta get this pry bar in between here and here. I don't know exactly what I'm whacking on here either. Maybe I'll just whack on it right here. See if it'll come out. That's a big negatory. Maybe right here. Nope. I don't know. I don't know what the hell's holding that thing in, but I might have to concentrate here. All right, I spent the last 15 minutes cleaning up and looking for my wire cutters. So if you guys see those anywhere, just shout out, because I need them. Anyway, I figure if we look at the new axle, that might give us some insight as to what exactly we're trying to remove on the old axle. Now you know why I need my wire cutters. These stupid things. Oh my God. All right, I gotta find something to cut that. We found these in the garbage not long ago. Think they'll work? Ah. Oh, those need a little bit of looby-dooby. One more strap. There you go. All right, so get off. What are we looking at here? We're looking at another cardboard box, and it looks like this axle here, boop, boop, boop. Oh, I see. Is there really a C-clip in there? Is that what I'm trying to do? Am I trying to undo a... Oh my God. Well, I'm glad I looked at this. What side is the clip on? Can I even get in there? How? All right, so this is out. This is in. This is the tranny side. And the C-clip's right there. All right, I go down and explore and see what happens. All right, check this out. You can't really see it because of all the grease, but there's a clip right here. These are the ears of the clip. So I guess I'm gonna have to somehow get those off. I might just take this whole bracket off and see how that works out for me. All right, I got the clip out. Now let's see if the pry bar is gonna help us at all. Wow, this is a challenge. Oh, there it goes. Wow, all right. I'm not mad anymore. You wanna just kind of like ease it out? Oh, no, 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 put it back in, put it back in. Oh, where's my drain pan? Oh, where's my drain pan? Oh my God. Oh. Oh, 90 weight oil's going everywhere. Oh, did you guys catch that? I certainly did, on the top of my head. For those of you who are married, you might want to get a divorce before you start this job because you're probably going to need one afterwards. At least if you're as stupid as I am. Oh, and I just checked the gear oil a couple weeks ago and it was fine. All right, I guess it's gonna be brand new after this job. Add a couple of quarts of gear oil to the list. All right, so here's your axle. Caught up on who knows what. And I'm gonna go under there and kind of see how that clip fits in, because the new one comes with a new clip, but it's not like the old clip. The clip fits into that groove, and I guess the ears of the clip come out of that side. I guess I'll try the new clip, but I don't know. I really don't know that that's going to work out for us too well. All right, just to hedge our bets a little bit, I'm going to smear some grease on this bearing here and smear some more on this thing here, and then I'll see if I can slide it in like David Coverdale. All right, I'm going to do this very carefully because I don't want to damage the seal on the tranny. So, I'm gonna go in from this end. We're gonna watch our aim. And I guess we gotta push it until it clunks. I don't know, is it in? That's what she said, right? Yeah, I think it's in there. I've been laying under the car in a puddle of gear oil, dicking around with this C-clip for the last hour, and I have no idea how the hell this thing is supposed to go on, because there's just no clearance down there to get a tool in there. So we're gonna get rid of this clip and replace it with that clip. And I don't think it's designed to come off, but it better come off, because I can't use it. Get off, get off, get off. Oh my God, this is the worst clip. Why did they do this to me? Ah, get off. Get off, you goddamn mother frickin'. All right, reset the camera. Ah. Oh, so this is the part where you like start wondering if maybe you should have just taken it to a mechanic. But no, I guess not. Of course, I'm gonna have to have my driveway repaved or buy a lot of kitty litter, so who knows. I'm not gonna lie, that was a royal pain in the ass. But we got the clip in. Now we'll get the bolt in. Oh, it's one of those ones that it's too easy for the ratchet, but not easy enough to do by hand. All right, I don't think we have to torque the hell out of that. Snug it up. Oh my God, what an ordeal. Plus, let's not forget to fill that transmission. All right, now that we've had a chance to regroup for a minute, we're going to put this dust shield thingy back in. Wow, really? Do I have to, can I do this on camera? Here. If you hit it with the, all right, I'm doing it off camera. Stupid thing does not want to go in. So we're gonna find a way to persuade it. Can we persuade it with this thing? Ah! I don't know. Oh, with this thing. That's right, the Astro 78825 stupid dust ring persuader kit. I don't know, it's like dust ring could just go in, but doesn't want to just go in. Well, now you're in. I hope that thing doesn't pop out while I'm driving. It would make a hell of a racket for like 1 minute. Now I guess we can try to fish this axle through the new, wow, that axle is stiff. That's what she said. I'm trying to hold, like, oh my God, I should really set these shots up better. It takes so much time to like figure out how to get the camera to sit at the right angle and everything. So I'm just hand holding the whole deal. All right, that axle did not want to go through that hub, but I think we got it on there, and I guess we can zip it on. Is this the right one? No. Where's the right one? Is that this one over here? Oh, there you go, baby. All right, let's just kind of pull it in by hand. Make sure it's not doing anything stupid. I greased the splines and everything, but this job is not really actually, I don't know, considering how bad I thought it was going to be, the only thing that really went wrong was me forgetting to put a pan under the tranny, and the C-clips were a pain. Other than that, it's gone all right. All right, just tightening the ball joint. Let's see if we can tighten these strut bolts without a big pain in the ass. I guess so. All right, last but not least, our pads and rotors, and they are installed. That was fast. The only thing we have left to do is torque this to 217 foot-pounds. I don't have a torque wrench today, and the car's not on the ground yet, so let's pretend. I'll do this in a couple of days when I get a torque wrench. Click, 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 217 foot-pounds. Now we'll put our little magical washer on there and our cotter pin or cotter key. And we are done. No more clicky axle, no more whining bearing, no more pulsating brakes. There's a few little things. We got to bed in the brake pads, we got to pump up the pedal and whatnot. And if you've gotten this far, I'm sure you saw the warning at the beginning of the video. This is just for entertainment. I'm not a professional mechanic. I'm just kind of showing you what I'm doing. If you choose to do it yourself, do it at your own risk. Consult a professional. Watch videos by professionals. This job was kind of a pain in the butt. Unfortunately, I spilled 2 quarts of 90 weight oil on my driveway. That's going to be a mess for a while. But overall, it's pretty satisfying that I got this done. I learned some new stuff and I saved myself some money. So, hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, thanks for watching.